But obviously there are issues that have been raised that are in the criminal justice bill that do cause deep concern. On the one hand, obviously, the issue of abolishing the Vagrancy Act, this 200-year-old appalling piece of legislation, is absolutely right. But I have to say that we think that the way in which UK government has approached it is absolutely wholly wrong. As you know, we had a legislative consent memorandum on the 29th of January, and that underlined really the deep concerns that we have with the proposals in the bill on things like so-called nuisance begging, nuisance rough sleeping, and so on, which would replace the Vagrancy Act. And I have to say that there's a real concern about what seems to be a suggestion of criminalising homeless people. Reading one of the reports from a whistleblower in UK government, one of the civil servants, who said this: "I've never been so ashamed to call myself a civil servant. The code requires us to work on whatever the government wants us to, but after years of crackpot Tory ideas, I can't take it anymore. Criminalising homelessness has been the straw that has broken the camel's back." And I very much agree with the comments made by Bob Blackman, as again, Conservative MP, who said that the proposals were outrageous and worse than vagrancy. Can I say that criminalising homeless people is not a solution to homelessness? The idea that someone is homeless could be fined up to £2,500 is absolutely ludicrous in terms of the belief that such a fine could ever be paid. And the idea of imprisonment is, there's again a totally contradictory objective. The approach that we've taken in Wales is to take a person-centred approach to assist people off the streets. I think recent changes to our legislation highlight that all the rough sleepers are a priority for housing and homelessness assistance. And again, as I just reiterate my last point, criminalising homeless people is not a solution to this. I do think UK government is going in exactly the wrong direction on this, and I'm hoping that there will be room for substantial changes and for certainly these parts to approve it. There will be nothing worse than replacing a Vagrancy Act with something that's even worse than the Vagrancy Act.